You're listening to another episode of Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and John.
All right, night shifters, we have actually planned ahead and thought of y'all.
That's right.
John is on vacation this week. Yes, he is right there. You see him.
Currently.
But he's not really here. He's in the sun, soaking up the sun. I don't know what he's doing. I'm sure he'll probably text me and be like, "Hey, man, I went for a walk today." And
I am basking in the goodness.
I'll be like, "Cool, you went for a walk?" "Yeah, man, I saw an alligator." I'll be like, "Oh, wow, you saw an alligator?" Yeah. The kids threw a rock at it, though. So what we're going to do on this vacation edition of Last Night's Coffee with Chuck and John, I'm Chuck, that's John, by the way. We're just going to do some memes and conspiracies.
That's right.
And send them to you. So, John, let's get started. This is the first meme.
Okay.
That we're going to kick this show off with.
Send it right over, man. I love these memes you send to me, by the way. Meme of the week is one of the few segments that has stuck around through the entire catalog of Last Night's Coffee.
Through the entire thing. And the reason we do meme of the week is because John is not on social media, so he has to get memes from outside sources.
Yeah, I have to get my memes, you know?
Yeah. So this one's kind of heartwarming. We're going to start this show off with a heartwarming meme.
I love it. All right. I got it pulled up here.
Put it up right there so you can see it.
Jeff Bridges prefers to devote his life to reading books, playing the guitar, and doing hair with his grandkids, who call him Dude Pa and Duty. Dude. That is the dude.
He is the dude, man.
He is the dude.
He's the dude. He abides.
I don't see the actual dude. I don't see the Big Lebowski reading books. But you see him reading books?
Lebowski reads books. Yes. Remember, he was a domestic terrorist. Right? Am I not right?
Yeah, technically.
Okay. Technically.
Yeah. All right, Walter.
No, not Walt. I mean,
there are rules. This isn't Nom.
No, he's talking to what's her name?
I know.
Lebowski, the other Lebowski.
I know.
Which was not his sister, and he's talking about the domestic terrorism he did in the 60s.
True. That's true.
So,
he did have to fight off some nihilists.
Dude, nihilism is exhausting. I don't know if you know this or not, but it looks exhausting anyway. Dude, this is one of the best Jeff Bridges. This is how you would expect Jeff Bridges to be.
Yeah, it is.
In his later years.
And I highly recommend more famous people take this approach to stardom.
Yes.
Like, enjoy it. Use humility and enjoy your stardom when it comes. But go home, read your books, play your guitar, enjoy your time with your grandkids. Live a normal life. Because I think, and it's a problem. It's become a problem with a couple of comedians for some people, right? That they become so detached from regular people, from regular life, that they're no longer relatable, and their comedy isn't nearly as funny because they're no longer relatable. They're living this crazy lifestyle that none of us know anything about. Unlike Jeff Bridges, who's just going home, reading books, and doing his grandkids' hair. That's awesome.
Are you talking about Tom?
Tom and Bert.
Bert?
Yeah, both of them. Look, dude.
Man. Okay, I can't relate to a Rolex.
No, we can't relate to a Rolex. We can't relate to unlimited everything.
But what I can relate to is being broke and then making a little bit more money and being like, oh, I can get that thing I wanted.
Now, that's true.
So I can relate to that a little bit, but not a Rolex.
I'm slightly perturbed, and I'll tell you why.
Okay, tell me why.
Not to bash on our buddies Tom and Bert, but
they're our buddies now.
Yeah.
I mean, they are our contemporary, right? We
That's
are
right.
podcasters. They are podcasters.
Correct.
I'm chubby and bearded, and you're skinny and bearded.
Yeah. So here's the thing. Here's what kind of messed with me a little bit. They've got their alcohol out now, right? They released this vodka
Yeah.
and what is it? Dos Osos, Two Bears, I think, right?
Yeah. Something
Or
like
Por Osos.
that.
I don't remember. Whatever
It's
it's
a
called.
vodka.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a vodka, and they act like they're doing their fans a favor.
Oh, you think so?
Like the whole time they're talking about it, they're like, we're doing this for you guys. Like, first of all, okay, I'm not a complete expert on vodka, but I know that there's only a few manufacturers of vodka, and there's only a few flavors at each manufacturer. Like, whatever their vodka is, you can get the exact same vodka in a different bottle. It's all white label stuff.
Vodka is, there's no real aging process to it.
Right. The distilling process afterwards is nothing, right?
So it's kind of like, they might be triple distilled, or, they distill it more than they would a whiskey, but they don't age it like they do a whiskey.
Right.
So there's no process to make it stand out. Now, Dell Jr.'s got a vodka.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually.
How long has it been out?
Let's see. When's the last time I went to Gallenberg?
I don't know.
It's been out about 3 years now.
Okay, so he's doing successful.
His is called High Rock Vodka.
Okay.
Something him and his wife, they got together with the guys from Moonshiners.
Yeah.
And because he didn't really want to put out a moonshine because that's kind of overdone right now.
Sure.
So he put it out with that brand. So you go up there to Gallenberg and you can taste it, and
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's clean.
That's pretty cool. I just the way that Two Bears promoted it, it was like they were doing a favor for the fans and doing this soft release. And then also what kind of bothers me is that Tom is always on Bert about being unhealthy, about drinking too much, about, take better care of yourself, do this. And they come out with a vodka.
Right.
No one's saying Bert has a drinking problem, but I think anybody who listens to them on a regular basis can say that Bert needs to drink less.
Yeah, that Bert's drinking at any level, a normal human, if he didn't have that Mickey Mantle gene, he'd be dead already. But since he's got the Mickey Mantle gene, it's okay.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I just it rubbed me the wrong way in a couple of ways. After sitting on it for a little bit, it's like, I don't know.
Super Bowl weekend.
When
they jumped on the different podcasts that were down there.
Yeah.
Okay, it was pretty cool. Bert coming on Pat McAfee. That was cool.
Yeah.
But then some of the other ones, they just kept doing it. They just kept crashing everybody's party.
Right.
And it's like, okay, cool. Pat McAfee, that was pretty cool. But you just did the same thing over here on this dude's. And then you're just going around just basically because you're Bert and you're Tom, you're getting free advertising on everybody's podcast. Now, Bert and Tom, if y'all want to come on our podcast and crash it, if you come walking through the door right now, I'm not going to be upset.
Right.
But come on, guys. I can't do that. John can't do that.
No. And you don't want to overplay the joke either, right?
Right.
It's funny. It's funny to do that. But then when you do it to every podcast and it's like, you're acting like you're too cool for school and you're bigger than this, bigger than that. And
you're
podcast
bullies.
Podcast bullies. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, you got a conspiracy for me, John?
I do. This is all going to be off the top of my head because it was something I was watching a little bit about earlier.
So there's no proof of this.
No proof of this. This is all fun. There has been some things disproven, and I can put links in the show description if I need to. But How about our listeners reach out to me if they have any, if they want me to elaborate more?
I'll give you text me. I'll give you John's phone number. Y'all can deal with it.
So hear me out. We've all heard the myths of Atlantis, right? Atlantis.
Atlanta burned in the Civil War.
Yes. Atlanta did burn in the Civil War. Now, Atlantis is an ancient civilization on an island that's talked about.
I thought it was an all-inclusive resort in the Bahamas.
It is that too.
Oh, okay. But we're talking about the mythical Atlantis.
The mythical Atlantis that no one has been able to prove exists. Right. So there's this mythical land. They supposedly had advanced technology. Plato writes about this extensively, pretty much, really, and pretty detailed as well. He writes about the concentric rings and the shapes of it and all the water that's around it. Really cool, really fascinating description in Plato's writings of Atlantis. Now, in Plato's writings, he describes it being destroyed, I think, like 10,600 years from the time, or 9,600 years from the time of his writing. Okay. The time of his writing was roughly 3,000 years ago. Okay. Or 2,000 years ago, something like that. I can't remember everything. Can't remember all these. Again, this is all off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Now, I think I've talked about this on the show before. You've probably heard about it. The Younger Dryas impact theory. Yeah. There is a theory out there that the Earth was hit by several comets. There were probably a multitude of impacts dating from roughly 11,600 to 12,500 years ago. It was almost a span of 1,000 years or like 1,100 years of bombardments of asteroids.
Right.
Okay. And throw all these timelines out the window if you want to. Just know that a really long time ago, the Earth was hit with a ton of asteroids. Okay. At that time, we had somewhat of advanced technology. There was the island of Atlantis. There was advanced technology there. They were prosperous. Everything was beautiful, just like Plato described. During this bombardment of asteroids, Atlantis is moved about 1,000 miles towards the South Pole and is now Antarctica. The comet impacts caused continental drift and caused the plates to shift, caused all of that madness, and caused it. And they actually have scientific proof to back this up, that Antarctica did move, and it did move a long time ago, roughly 12 to 15,000 years ago, they think. Okay. It moved about 1,000 miles closer to the South Pole.
Wow.
So if you think about Antarctica 1,000 miles away from the South Pole, it would have been much more inhabitable, much warmer. And we know this. We know that under a couple of miles of ice sheets, there is tropical plants. It was at one point a tropical rainforest on Antarctica. Right. So do you think this could have been during the time of humans? Do you think these impacts could have caused this landmass to move? And that was Atlantis at one point. It didn't actually sink below the ocean. It got washed to the South Pole.
Okay. So Mary Beth's aunt was in Antarctica this week or this year.
Really?
They took a trip. It's still there. I saw the pictures.
Wow.
It looked very snowy.
Yeah. To all you flat earthers who say you can't visit Antarctica.
Yes, she visited Antarctica.
Yeah. I hate that argument from the flat earthers who say you can't visit.
No,
you can't go
she's just a normal person.
Right.
Like, well, technically, I think she did work for the government. But she's a normal person that likes to go on cruises.
Right. Okay.
They went on a cruise to Antarctica.
Now, so awesome.
Don't know if they actually stepped foot on it.
But they saw it.
They saw it.
Yeah.
They saw it. It was a balmy 32 degrees. Because it's summertime down there right now.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah, it's there. Now, where was it up this way before then? I don't know. That's a good um that's a good theory. So if you look at the Carolina Bays, you know
Mm-hmm.
what a Carolina Bay is?
Absolutely. Yeah. A lot of those elliptical pools and lakes they find
Yes.
very
If you look,
similar to impacts or boulder impacts, actually, is what I've heard a
yeah.
lot of people explain it as.
So if you look at something, if you look at the impact forensics of it, how it
Hmm.
hit and the angles that it hit at, and so
Yeah.
if it was up here in the north
Hmm.
and Antarctica was south of where the impact was at, it could have pushed Antarctica north, and then the splatter, like when you throw a rock in a mud puddle, the splatter
Yeah.
made the Carolina Bays.
Absolutely. That's what scientists, well, not scientists, they actually, most mainstream scientists believe that wind caused those elliptical pools
Oh,
everywhere.
okay. Well,
That's the mainstream.
I saw an impact theory the other day on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, and I agree. It looks like splatter. If you really
Yeah.
take the outside perspective, like some Google Earth or something, some images, and look at those Carolina Bays, they're perfectly round, and it really does make sense if there was a. So what they're kind of thinking is there was a comet impact towards the North Pole, possibly somewhere. It hit ice more than likely, and
Yeah.
what we see rain down is is ice and boulders all
Okay.
along the Carolina Bays, and they melted, and that's what left the perfect elliptical pool.
If you would like to see one up close without a lot of effort,
Hmm.
um, next time you're traveling from Florida to Georgia, stop
Hmm.
at the Georgia Welcome Center, and directly behind the parking lot is a Carolina Bay.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to do that. Now is it on the way I'm going? No, I got to go through
No,
Alabama
it's
first.
on. Oh, it's. I should have said that. It's on 75.
Right, it's going that way to Florida.
Yeah. So coming back, say you're going to Disney or Daytona or
Yeah,
something like that, you can see one.
that's so cool, man. Yeah, I did do a little bit of looking into those a while back. I'm a really big believer in this Younger Dryas impact theory. When I look at all of the evidence, they found evidence of nanodiamonds all around the world, dating back to this specific time period. And the only chance of nanodiamonds being created is with high pressure, high heat impacts, like we're talking about.
Yeah.
And I think it brings a lot of evidence towards like the underground civilizations that we've heard so much about. The Moon-eyed people in the Appalachian Mountains. There are these underground taverns in Derinkuyu in Turkey where they were able to house 10,000 people if they wanted to, all constructed with air vents and everything, carved straight into rock. I don't think these people made these underground structures because they wanted to. I think they did it out of forced. They had to because of these impacts. I think it was shelter.
Yeah. That's
It's just my
how
perspective.
big is a nanodiamond?
Oh, they're super, super, super tiny.
Because I know some people's engagement rings look like a nanodiamond.
Yeah.
So I was just wondering.
That's true. That's what we're making them Cracker Jack box rings out of now. Oh, well, I'm glad you like that conspiracy, man. I just learned about that thinking of Atlantis as Antarctica. I had never put those two things together. I've heard of Antarctica possibly being a lost civilization at some point in time, and I've also heard the myth of Atlantis. I had never heard the myth of them being connected.
Okay. Well, that is a pretty good conspiracy.
Yeah, glad you liked it, man.
I like it. All right. On to the next one.
On to the next one.
Good deal. That got us, 19 minutes? That's pretty good.
Perfect, dude. Perfect.
Yeah.
Right on. We do one more of those, we're set.
Yeah, we're set. We'll have a show out.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
sucks. Whatever. Go ahead.
So we just recorded a whole segment, and John didn't hit record, and you don't get to hear the story about the gym.
Yeah, you don't get to
But it
hear
was a
my
good
gym
story, and I laughed. So I got to hear it. Y'all don't get to hear it, and that's just how it's going to be. So John's on vacation right now.
I'm
well,
enjoying
not
the sand and the sunshine and the ocean.
yes. He has his toes in the water.
Yeah.
But that didn't keep us from bringing you an episode. Now, we're not, I'm not at the beach, and he is at the beach. But
That's right.
right now, he's at his house and my house. It's just one thing.
I mean, currently.
We thought about y'all. We wanted
That's
to
right.
bring y'all a good podcast. So we decided to do conspiracies and memes. We just got back from an ad break. John, check out this conspiracy that I heard about this weekend.
Okay. Lay it on me.
Dollar General.
DG.
Dollar General. There's a couple conspiracies around Dollar General. One is that it's a money laundering system that they use. I'm not too. I don't think that one's real. But the one that they've got a lawsuit in Ohio against them right now that says they are purposely bringing down the poor community in rural communities.
By selling them cheap crap.
By selling them cheap crap, and it's bringing the whole thing down. There's a lawsuit on this, dude.
Okay. First question.
Okay.
On the money laundering aspect, I know you don't necessarily believe that. Okay, I'm kind of with you. Who would be laundering the money?
They're saying that the people in corporate throw extra money in to make up the difference on what they sold because they're selling stuff so cheap.
Oh, okay.
But then the conspiracy is part of the other conspiracy about the rural people getting stuff cheap is that it'll be one price on the shelf and then another price when you check out, and most people don't notice it. Now, I, for one, if I'm going to Dollar General, I'm expecting to pay a little bit more than I would at Walmart for whatever I buy.
Yeah.
Two, I'm not worried about the price when I go there. Don't want to deal with going to the big store.
Right.
It's called a convenient store, right? Or a convenient market. I'm going for my convenience. Now, look, I've got a friend in his town, in that county that he lives in down there in South Georgia, where they talk like this, and they don't know no different.
Yeah.
All they've got is a Dollar General. He does all his shopping at Dollar General.
Right.
If Dollar General don't have Uncrustables, he don't get Uncrustables.
Does he eat dollar store steak?
That's a good question. I don't know. I don't think they got they don't have a Dollar Tree. They just got a Dollar.
Oh, that's right. And the DG doesn't sell steak, do they?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay.
Mine don't.
In Luthersville, all we had was a Dollar General in Luthersville. And so I was kind of in the same boat.
Yeah. And I respect the DG.
Yeah.
I mean, you can go get everything you need at Dollar. If you cannot, I don't go along with that. Well, they're bringing down the rural communities.
No, because it's what you buy.
Yeah.
Like if you go to that store, it's the stuff you buy.
Yeah. They don't have anything you don't need.
Yeah.
Now let's take this conspiracy. Huh?
That seasonal aisle gets a little ridiculous sometimes, right? With like the flamingos and stuff.
Dude, for a while, every time I'd go to Dollar General, I'd go get Mary Beth a different gnome off the seasonal aisle.
The gnomes are always there.
Yeah.
No matter what season, the gnomes
I finally
are
got
always
the whole set.
They can never sell out those gnomes. They're always sitting on the shelf no matter what season.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, ooh, they marked them down.
They're the only things on the seasonal shelf year round.
Yeah. And
Oh, that's awesome.
but so what if maybe it's not that Dollar General's doing something bad, but the maybe the big box stores are mad because Dollar General's in there and they're using their influence to shed bad light on Dollar General.
Oh, you think this is a play by big box stores?
Yeah, I think they're lobbying
It's a
to say,
psyop.
yeah, it's just like, oh, these are bad things. You know, they do that in marketing all the time.
Oh yeah, they do it in
So
presidential elections, brother.
yeah, yeah. So the conspiracy is Dollar General is purposely hurting the rural communities. What do you think? Yes or no?
No, I don't think
Okay.
DG has that in their hearts, man. I don't think DG has that in their hearts. I think that they know that like the community couldn't support a store like a Kroger or any other big store. Like it's just not
Right.
quite enough people to support that
Right.
kind of store. So they have to build something a little bit smaller. Well, guess what's a little bit smaller? Like a DG Market or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They throw that thing up. That a town, small rural towns can support a store of that size.
Now, I'm not sure how many Dollar Generals we have in Spalding County, but there's a lot.
Yeah, yeah, I
But
don't doubt that.
but when it comes to grocery stores, we've got 3, and we've got a Walmart. We don't have a Target or anything else. So,
Yeah,
looking at it from my point of view, if I need something, just 1 or 2 things, and I know they got it, that's where I'm going. I'm not going to the big store because you gotta park and you gotta walk and then you gotta walk all the way to the back of the store and then you gotta get what you want and then you gotta go stand in line.
those stores are huge.
They're huge. You can waste an hour going to get 2 things at Walmart or 10 minutes going to get the same 2 things and pay a little bit more at Dollar General.
Right, exactly. And my
So
convenience is generally worth the dollar or two more that you'll pay.
yeah, yeah. So I call BS on it.
Yeah, I do too. If I had to bet, I'd say you're probably right on the PSYOP thing. I think this is like a competitor throwing that out there, maybe a Family Dollar or something.
I think they
Like,
own Family Dollar now.
oh, probably.
I think it's like Walmart doing it. Them people at Walmart are dirty, dude.
Dude, absolutely.
I think Walmart's a whole lot dirtier than Dollar General is for like Sam Walton wasn't a bad dude,
Yeah.
but his kids are ruthless.
Yeah. When it comes to corporate practices,
Yeah.
my money's on Walmart being the more ruthless for
Well,
sure.
like Walmart was supporting universal health care,
Hmm.
not because they cared about people
Mm-mm.
and wanting universal health care for everybody. They wanted to not have to pay insurance to their employees.
Well, you know that Walmart employs, um, they're the biggest employer of people that need government subsidizing for their healthcare.
Right.
Like, and I know that's kind of the stats are kind of skewed because they are a large employer, but the point is like 74% of their workforce needs supplemental insurance.
Yeah.
That's
And
insane.
housing help. I mean, they're getting
That's
rich, while that's what happens. The rich get richer, and Aerosmith said, "Eat the rich." Um,
I like
you
Oliver,
ready
man.
for the meme?
Yeah, send me the meme.
All right. So this is more, and you're gonna have to put this one on screen. This
All
is
right.
an observation that was made in Griffin,
Staying in Spalding County. I like
staying
it.
in Spalding County. This is our talk of the town right now. Even the sheriff's department's got involved.
Oh Lord, here we go. Here we go. All right, it's a Facebook post. Been seeing people comment about the new parking lot stop bar at Hot. Oh my gosh.
So,
Anybody can make a mistake like that. It's okay. To understand the humor in this, I am going to have to post it. You're right, because there's
Yeah.
so many. Almost every word is misspelled in the post, and it's giving a hard time about the stop bar that is painted at the newly rebuilt Hobby Lobby.
Yes.
They misspelled the stop on the ground. They spelled it SOTP. So that's what we get from Spalding County education system. Or, to be honest, there's no telling where that guy came from.
I'm going to say that this was a Friday afternoon after lunch. And they may have indulged in something, legal or not.
Yeah. Safety meeting.
And they come back and they did not care. Hey, man, that's wrong.
Whatever, man.
If you're going to deal with the English language words on the parking lot, you probably need to know the English language to realize that you're not doing
Probably.
the right thing. Now, I will, in their defense, I typed out a whole sign one time, cut it, weeded it, and put it together. And I come back Monday morning, and it was sitting on the desk, and my boss is like, "Read that." It was not legible. It was not even words.
What did it say?
I don't know what it said. But it didn't say what it was supposed to. I mean, it was, and I'm like,
You were in the wrong flow state.
Yeah. He's like, "What were you thinking?" I'm like, "No clue, dude." So, I mean, I get it. People make mistakes, but that's a pretty big one.
That's a pretty good mistake right there. I've got a question for you.
Somebody signed off on, huh?
Yeah, somebody
signed off on that.
So here's my question, though. How long is it going to stay like that?
Oh, that is a good question. I will have to go investigate it myself and report back on the next podcast.
We need a Monday morning investigation. Every Monday morning or something. We need a follow-up.
We need a follow-up. All right. We'll keep our listeners apprised of the situation.
Yeah. Praise God. Praise God. Thank you, baby.
Well, I think that's going to do it for this show.
Yeah, man. Not bad. Thank you, Night Shifters, for tuning in. We appreciate you bearing through the vacation week.
Yeah, short and sweet. We're going to let John get back to the beach, and hopefully he's going to bring me back some shrimp or something.
We'll see.
Or at least tell me about some shrimp he ate.
We'll see, man. They're talking about some red tide down there. I hope it doesn't get where I'm going.
Red tide happens every year.
Yeah, I know. I saw it one year when we were down there. I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, it kind of smells.
Yeah. It kills lots of fish, right?
I think so. I think it's an algae bloom.
Yeah, it is. I know that. I know you're correct there. It's algae. Oh, thank you, Night Shifters. We appreciate it.
Go watch the Eating Chambers. And
check them out.
They're on YouTube. And he's got a new barbecue sauce out.
Oh, sweet.
I saw that on Instagram. He's got it bottled and labeled and all that good stuff.
Nice. Everybody check that out, man.
Yeah.
I've probably had it. He had me sampling some different ones he wanted to try. So
yeah, I know I've had it. I had it. So it's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Yeah, man. That's good eating right there. That Pink's barbecue.
Yep. We'll holler at you
later on.